gospel? We know that gospel is good news. But as I was looking into the meaning of the word gospel, this is what I realized. Gospel means God's spell. Spell means influence. Gospel means God's influence. Now, when you hear the gospel, what you're hearing God's influence. In the book of 1 Corinthians 5th chapter 19th verse, Bible says, the whole world lies under the sway of the wicked one, or under the control, or under the spell of the wicked one. But he says, you are of God. Now, what do you mean by that? You are of God and the world. The world is under the spell of the wicked one, and you are under the spell of God. And when we preach the gospel, what we are doing, we are preaching God's influence over the lives of the people. Gospel is not just limited to going to heaven. Gospel also, it's a good news to those who are sick, that you don't need to be sick anymore. It's a gospel or good news to those who are in poverty. You don't need to be poor anymore. When you come under the influence of God, God kind of things will happen to you. If you are, fellowshipping, or rather if you are some friends who are chain smokers and you come out of their company, people will definitely ask you, did you smoke? Because the smell comes upon you. Now, in the same way, when you are in the presence of God's people, that influence will come upon you. Jesus has called us to come under His influence. He has called us so that the influence of the evil one over your life may be broken. Today, as I'm talking to you, I want to give you an invitation to get out from under the influence of the devil, or from under the influence of the kingdom of darkness, and come under the influence of God. Come under the influence of the kingdom of God, where God kind of things start happening to you. Bible says every good thing comes from God. Bible tells that God is loving and compassionate. Bible says, though the thief comes to steal, to kill, and to destroy, Jesus said, I've come to give you life that is full of abundance. God has always spoken about good future. He gives us hope in our life. When you are under the influence of the kingdom of darkness, that will suck every hope away from you. Every hope will be sucked out of you. What you will see in front of you is only darkness. A change is needed in your life, my brother, my sister. And I am inviting you to that change, to come under the spell of God. Why Jesus came on the face of the earth? To bring the influence of God to the earth. Earth was already under the influence of the devil. You remember in the beginning, the whole world was covered with darkness. You see, what it means is the whole world was under the influence of darkness, and in the midst of the darkness, God spoke His influence, saying, let there be light. And that's what God is speaking to you today. Let there be light. Maybe the day until now has gone in a negative way. The day until now has not yielded to you the kind of fruit and the kind of benefits that you are expecting. But enough is enough. Maybe it's a day, maybe it's a week, maybe it's a month, maybe it's a year, or maybe it's entire life. If it is under the power or influence of darkness, God is giving you an open invitation. As you are, with your weaknesses and strength, with your mistakes and with your writing, however you are, just come to the influence of God. And you know how you come to the influence of God? Just as a child runs to his father. You don't earn that. You just believe and run into that influence. Come to that influence and see the change in your life, from darkness to light, from death to life, from failure to victory, from mourning to dancing, from insult to honor. You will receive it. under God's influence. God bless you.